So here's the question for today. Can prioritizing pedestrian movement solve traffic in a really busy city? Today we're going to find out. Big shout out to Teddy Roku for putting together this scenario map for us. I am so excited to dive in here and do something a little different today. So come on and let's see if I can't pedestrianize our way out of this traffic. Well, this city is a massive and it's kind of overwhelming. Where to start? Looks like we've got a bunch of pollution. Looks like that might be really intentional. I don't see anything polluting the water there. So that's interesting. Wow, there's so much here. What to do first? Oh man. I don't see any bike roads. We've got a couple connections across the highway, but definitely not enough. We need more. I think we could really start with getting in a proper cycling network. I think here would be a good place. And then coming down to the airport would be good. So, all right, well, let's get started and get in a dedicated cycle network first. Okay, so I've identified this road is going to be a great collector, and then I think that could be a bus road there, and then we'll do our bike road in between. So this is going to take a while. Let's get started here and pick out a bike road. Okay, so I think our bike road through this area of town is going to be this middle road that's going to be sandwiched in between what will be our bus roads and our collector. I've decided to separate the three modalities that will help with traffic. If we have our buses primarily using one road, have our collector to promote cars on the other road, and then this road here will promote our bicyclist traffic, which I think will be great. So this is going to work. We're definitely going to want to come down into this next area. So let's come down into here. Okay, and then we can just come right across these railroad tracks, and then this bridge across. This is right at the edge of the map. This is going to be perfect for our bike road, and then our goal is to get all the way down to the airport. Looks like we're dealing with a lot of these historical homes. This is going to just create some more difficulties with time. But that's okay. And yes, we are vanilla, so there will be some challenges there as well. So the other part of this challenge is growing the population. So when I see little spots like this, I'm just going to go around and kind of fill them up a little bit. We don't want to be too close to, okay, there's no pollution there. That's fine. This can go all the way down to there then, because we do have to grow our population to 50K, on top of having 85% traffic, on top of paying off all the loans. And we do not have a crazy amount of money, so we do have to be careful. But updating bike roads, that is something we can do. And that's why the game is paused as well, because I want to make a lot of these improvements first before I unpause and we start really focusing on that population and tinkering with traffic. All right, so I'm just carefully going around and deciding, I'm pre-deciding where I see what's going to be the collector, the bus road, and the bike road, but we're starting with our bike road. So I'm just gonna go through each neighborhood in the city like this and connect everything up. My goal here is to get down to the airport here. Yeah, these historical homes are just, it requires a little more patience, but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna end the bike road there, and then we'll just come straight down this way. Or should we come this way? Maybe we'll come this way. And And I want to get down to the airport, but also, how do I want to do this? Because I'm trying not to like delete any major homes or anything like that. So I'm just trying to really be thoughtful about how I do this. This is gonna be an issue. Let's remove this. We'll put this back in. There we go. A little bit better. Okay. We want to think about getting over to the other side as well. I think we could come along this back road here, and then there's this little road here. Maybe we could make this into a bike road and then come underneath and get to the other side, which would be really beneficial. That's the other thing I'm doing. There's not a lot of connections across this. We do not need those power lines across this highway. So I want to be adding in like the collectors, the bus roads, and the bike lanes across, so that there's multiple points of connection for everybody. Okay, that was a little tricky, but I think we got it to work. So now I want to think about how I want this bike road to connect up with our other bike roads. So I think if we come here and connect up here, that would make the most sense. And then we can come all the way down to our new connection there. I really need to remove this fence. We're just going to, this is a little trick that I do in vanilla, because if you delete it otherwise, it'll delete like the whole entire segment of fence. So I'm just breaking the fence apart where I can, and then deleting in between. Now we should be able to fix this road. Perfect. Okay, we are making progress. Okay, back down to the airport here. I want to get this bike road to the airport. So I think that works there. Okay, and then we're gonna come maybe down here. Maybe I do want to delete a few houses in this area, just because I'm thinking ahead. We want, again, I'm looking to create these 3 roads through the neighborhood, our dedicated bus network, collector, and bike network. So I think this was valuable to do it this way, because I'm going to want them to converge in this area. So I want to have room for just, man, these historical homes, Teddy, killing me. But that's okay. Easy to fix. Put back little bodos. Okay, so we've got 2 ways to get across the highway on the bike. Now let's come back up here and continue this up this way, and then also through here, because we want to cover basically east, west, north, and south. And then we can bring maybe this one along this way. Sorry, all the little people that I have to delete. When you move back in, you'll have a nice accessible bus road. You will like it, trust me. And then we definitely need to, or bike road, we definitely need to bring the bike road into our downtown area. I wonder if this road would be the best. Maybe come down this way. Let's do that. And then maybe we can continue on the back way here. And then come down again, maybe? Here. Because that's going to end up being our collector. So I think it's good if we can connect our bike road up to that. Okay, and then this is the school, so I don't think I really want to delete those parking lots and whatnot. Let me just put this back. Let's find a secondary route. It's not going to cause me having to delete a bunch of stuff. Yeah, maybe we come down here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. And then maybe we can find a sneaky way across here, which would be great. And I'm just making some room here. Okay, and then we can come straight down. This is great. Is that going to end up being the collector? Let me see. Where are we going to bring that into? Yeah, I want to do this outside road. Yeah, so this road here, I want to be the collector. So maybe what I need to do is attach this. Oh, come on. And then again, just break up this path network a little bit. We'll put it back. Just so that way we can have the collector, the bus road, and the bike coming through there. I think that's gonna be really important. And then we can upgrade this. Oh, and this is great because the high school is here. So let's come down this way and we'll go out that way. Yes, and I'm taking the time to put the proper trees back on the roads. I don't, if I change my mind. It's a little extra time, but those details are important to me. Okay, so where was our bike road now? Now we can work on connecting this. Okay, it's here. So this comes down here, through here. And then where's that bike road? Oh, it's here. Okay. Oh, so that works really well, actually. Come down through there. Let's delete these guys. And then I think we should try to find... That's great because that hooks up with that pedestrian path. So that works really well. So let's go ahead and use that as kind of a pseudo bike crossing. Instead of just a road, it will be pedestrians and bikes. And then we can connect up to our bike network here. Okay. And then we could pick a couple of these streets to connect to. I think that's gonna work. Okay, and then let's come down this way. And then we are back connected up. Oh, this is great. Okay, so let's fix this. And let's bring this across. It's a true connection. I'm happy with that. Okay, now we've got this side over here. So let's just continue this bike road here that feels like a natural to me and come through here. And then can we get across again? That would be great. Totally plenty of room to do that. Okay, that was an easy one. Okay, definitely want a bike road coming down to here, I think. So let's just, yeah, it can just end there. That will help scoop people up out that way. And then get that connected. This little spot. And that's the other reason I'm using the bike road. If you know me, you know I always like the bike road with trees. I'm using the bike road without trees for one, budget reasons, and because then it's easy from an overhead view for me to tell where my dedicated bike roads are. Okay, let's go back to the other side because we left that bike road unconnected. So we've got our little tunnel underneath and our little road here. So where do we want to come? Do we want to come down here? Well, that's a dead end. I think actually this outside road is going to make much more sense. Okay, I just want to get our bike road also connected up with this walking path across, but I think these should be little highway pieces because I don't want pedestrians crossing right at the roundabout. But we just have, then they can use that path and then they can get across. So I think that works. And let's just also put those little highway segments down here, although I doubt there's a lot of pedestrian activity here, but just for good measure. Okay, I think next we should put in our collector. This is where we are so lucky that the vanilla game has this nice little 4-lane road because essentially we don't have to bulldoze too many houses and businesses, and we can put in a collector. So this road screams collector to me. We've got a lot of commercial on this road. So we're just gonna put this in here. And we want to just come all the way out to the highway. I think we do. That would make sense. So let's just go on this outer road here. Come past all this industrial and hook up to that highway segment we put in. So now we've got this nice collector. So the thing I want to do is let's just drag this carefully. There, I guess that's fine. All right, so what I want to do is go around and use the vanilla function in the game and prioritize this collector. Okay, we've got kind of our downtown area here, so I definitely want this road to be a collector coming this way, plus it leads to this highway across, or a bridge across, which is already the little 4-lane road. So that's already like a little breadcrumb Teddy left. I mean, it's just set up to be a collector, and it leads right into our roundabout there. So that makes a lot of sense. All right, which other road? I think I might have to change up how we did our bike road here so that we can get our collector across this way, because that's also going to make sense to have it come all the way down underneath. Okay, that's not going to upgrade, but that's okay. So, but I do want to connect our two collectors. So yeah, I think we have to move around these bike roads slightly. Okay, it's a little wonky, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It will serve its purpose. So that's good. Now that's coming all the way through there. So then we want our collector. Let's go and start also prioritizing this one. We've got the 4-way stop where 2 collectors are meeting. That makes sense to me. Just gonna stop there and there. And then that goes into our roundabout. Okay, and then we have this collector coming down this way. So we are going to prioritize this. This takes a little bit of time in the grand scheme of this scenario. I don't know if this is gonna make a big difference, but it makes me feel better, so I'm gonna do it. Because then we're really saying that this is a collector, so I feel like that's important. Okay, I think this road also coming across should be a collector, so we just need to make another little road connection here. Okay, that's perfect. Do I dare delete it and try to redo it? I think I need to, so... Uh-oh. All right. I think I just need to back this up a little bit. And then, is this gonna let me... Oh, it does not like that parking lot. Okay, let's just clear these out. We can put stuff back. There we go. Sometimes just deleting it's a little easier. If you're new to my stuff, infrastructure is not my thing. I'm much more of a, I like prioritizing pedestrians. That's something I really do like doing, but I'm much more of a tree planter detailer. I'm not really good with roads. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna mess with any of that. We're just gonna leave that there. Okay, so then we've got this coming down. So we want to get to the airport with this collector. That's what's going to be really important. So we'll come down here. Oh, this is going to work perfect. And then we can end right here at the airport. That is fantastic. And then this road here, I was already eyeing for our collector. Because again, this then meets up there with another little bit off the freeway. So that's important. This road here is just calling out collector to me. It's just coming straight down. I think that is gonna work well. Let's fix this. We can upgrade that. And then we've got to fix this little area. Okay, we have our whole collector prioritized now in this area, so I'm very happy with that. And we've got the collector coming across both the railroad tracks and the highway. We do not need this power line here, so we are going to get rid of you. So I think we are looking in good shape. So now we got to look at our collector on this side. So we are going to come, this road also is just like, make me a collector. Because again, it's attaching up to our roundabout. And we're also going to upgrade that to a highway so there's no crosswalk there. Put that back. Okay, and then do we want to have a collector coming through this area? I feel like we do. Let's prioritize this one first. Just needs to go to there. Okay. All right, let's look at the other side now. So we're gonna come from here down and just follow this naturally, and then we've got our bike road below us, so I think we're just going to kind of follow that above here, which I think is smart. Upgrade that. Let's prioritize this collector here. Here you go, all the way down. Perfect. And then this should definitely be a collector. And this is good because this is giving us that extra collector on the other side. I'm not going to bother with that bridge because I feel like if I delete it, I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, that's fine. It's just a smaller bridge. So I think we could bring this collector maybe just to there. I think this is going to work well. And then we're coming across, and then we are meeting up with our collector here. That's perfect. Okay, and then we can just continue our collector down here. This is going to make a lot of sense. Again, the road layout that Teddy did here, it really it really does make a lot of sense when then going back through and prioritizing these roads. Like, there's a lot of great connectivity in this city already. And I'm very curious to know if all the pedestrian stuff I have planned, if then this little tiny highway holds up, because it's just one lane each way. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay, Magic, things look a little different. I was doing the live stream for the Skyline 6 finale, and I had my special LUT for that build that came with that map when I first was recording this, because I had everything set up for that. And now that that's done, and then I popped back in here and realized that I had that on. I'm so sorry, Teddy. Your city was looking probably very different than you had planned. But we are back in here now. I took a little break to do the finale, and now I'm going to get back to it. So now we're on the other side of the city, and I have not added bike lanes or collectors to this area. So that is what we are going to do. This area is going to be really straightforward because there's only a couple of roads here. So I think I'm going to do the bike lane on the outside. It would be nice to have your bike ride where you could see the water, even if it is polluted water. And then we'll put our collector right down the middle. Okay, we've got our collector and our bike roads. I think we're pretty set up in this area for now. We will definitely come back here later. I've got some ideas for down here. Yeah, there's too much going on over here. We're gonna split some things up later on. Okay, I want to put in a piece of infrastructure, which again, this is not my thing, especially vanilla with like no move it. This is gonna be interesting. But you will notice that there is this bus lane here. And then we've got bus stops right along the highway. And as cool as that is, and we may keep those, we may not. I really do like how Teddy has those set up. You can like walk up to the highway and wait for the bus, which I think is very cool. But what I'm gonna do from this side of the city down is create basically, now that in vanilla we have these bus only highway roads, I'm gonna bring a bus all the way down to here. So let's see how I do. Please bear with me, and you may make fun of me. This is, putting in stuff like this is not my thing, but I think this is really going to help in the traffic if we do have a lot of buses that, and emergency vehicles will be able to use this as well. So it'll be a secondary expressway. So let's see how this goes. Off camera, I put in this temporary pedestrian network along the highway. This is temporary for budget reasons. We're going to be doing something bigger that prioritizes pedestrians a little later on. But let's get back to buses. Okay, that was interesting. But we got it in. It's not fully connected yet. So the thing I want to do first before we do that is I do want to get in all of our bus roads. Because remember, we've put in our bike roads, we have all of our collectors in. Now I want to use these great roads that we got with Vanilla, these 4-lane with the dedicated bus lanes. And that way, because also with the new functionality, when you zoom out, your bus roads now turn blue. So it is so much easier to lay down your dedicated bus roads, almost like you would a tram track. You really get to decide where you want things to go, and then you can use the blue roads from the overhead view to really easily then put in all of your bus networks. So I'm going to be slowly moving through the map and attaching up an entire bus network throughout the whole city. And then the important thing is, as I'm moving along, I'm using the bus network to create basically tiny little town squares as we go along. You can see I've deleted the zoning here because this map is sorely needing services. I have a feeling they were all there, and for the scenario, Teddy deleted them all potentially. There's some, but there's not a lot. So also, it's going to help me in kind of creating these little mini squares in each neighborhood where I can plop down service buildings that little neighborhood needs. And that way I'm just not throwing a service building on the side of a road, because that is just not me. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time detailing these up or anything, but we'll do a little something. And I think it's just going to help me keep track of everything and make sure we get all covered with services. Okay, you see how the bus roads are blue. How cool is that? And then it makes putting in your bus lines from this overhead view just much easier. I love that they put this in the game. I think it really is a nice functional addition, and I, as someone who really likes to prioritize pedestrians in my city and focus on public transit a lot, this is so helpful. I appreciate this so much. I think the only thing, and I hope maybe they fix this when we fix it. I hope it's a new thing in the city Skylines too, that the if you have bus roads, that the buses will automatically go there, because sometimes they like to find their own little unique route, and that's not where you want them to go. So that happens. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that we're really careful in tracking our lines. We're going to put different colors, make sure the name is right. I'm going to use the 65 non-bendy bus. That's the biggest capacity without it being like an oversized crazy bus. Yeah, okay, so now let's look and see what this neighborhood needs. So we definitely need a health clinic out here, and we don't have a lot of money. So that's the other thing, is we're going to have to just go a little bit at a time. So we're going to speed this up so we can bring some money in. But I'm also very cognizant, because we only have a certain amount of weeks in the game to win the scenario. So I'm just also going to be very judicious with our time as well. So I'm just going to amp things up when we need to grow the budget up to get the next little thing. And that's kind of how we're gonna go through this with the buses and the service. So we definitely need a fire department, so we can put that right in here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. Everyone gets really happy. Police is okay. So I do think we could put in, yeah, maybe a little park something. Let's put the dog park here. That's gonna help. And then maybe a little gazebo or something here. That could be cute. And then a few trees. So again, I'm not gonna do a regular joy detailing of like making these look spectacular, but we are gonna add a little something, because I just can't like throw down a service building and not give it a little sense of importance. So that will be good. And it's nice too, because in these little hubs, they are directly connected up to our bus and also our bike roads, because they're all interconnected, which is great. And we'll see how this goes. I think this is gonna take a while, so this might be a 2-part video, or maybe I'll see if I can use some magic and fit it into one. Holy smokes, yeah. So let's bring this up to 10 buses. And we can have a lot of buses because they have their own dedicated road set up already. So they're just gonna be cruising down their little bus highway that I set up there. So that's gonna work pretty well. Okay, let's think about our bus network. So it can share the bike road to come underneath here. I'm not fussed about that. We've got our collector there. So, and again, in some of these more rural areas, I'm okay if we kind of share some facilities here, especially if it's sharing a bike road, because I feel like connecting you know, pedestrian modes of transport to our bike network is going to make, or to our bus network is going to make a lot of sense. I'm gonna make our own little town square here versus deleting the houses here. And let's just see, what do we need over here? We've got a medical clinic there. We've got, I don't really like the location of that. Let's move you over into here, even though that cost us a little bit of money. We've got our police there. Let's put another little community school here. And again, we just got to do a little something something because I can't not. Okay, we're gonna extend our bus road, and I just kind of want to figure out where we want our next little square. So we'll put that up there. We'll bring this down and connect this to our bus road. Okay, we've shuffled some things around and we have a little library over here. I think this is gonna work out really well. I feel like we're covered with services for these two little communities. Okay, I feel like we just have to keep going. I'm going around and adding little parks and things where I can when I see that we've got some unhappy zones. But really adding in the buses increase the happiness, and adding in services. So let's connect our bus road here, I think. We're gonna have to make a road across. Either that or we just share bike network again. Let's see, can we make this? Yeah. This is gonna work. Okay, let's redo this. And of course, you're gonna be difficult. I'm so sorry, Teddy. Having to delete not a ton of buildings, but some here or there. But I think it's a necessary evil. Look at that. We did it without deleting. Okay, that's good. That makes me happy. We'll do it where we can. Okay, I think it made sense just to extend that one bus we have over here. So let's go ahead And rename that, and that will service both of these areas. All right, I think. So that's good. All right, let's look at what else we need in this area. Definitely need some more parks. Let's hit play here for a minute. Let some of our changes take effect now that we've added some things in. Let's pop a dog park down here. Oh, everyone loved that. Everyone loves a dog park. Oh boy. Just realizing how long this is going to take. Because our money is just so tight, and we're short on time in the game, and it seems like everywhere in the city the land value is low, so we just need to be really careful because all of these buildings are historical. If we have like a mass amount of people leave, that's going to be painstaking to individually delete those buildings. So let's not let that happen. Okay, we're going to bring our bus road through here. Again, we're working our way towards the airport. I feel like that's really important. That's also where the big high school is currently. So I think we just share the bike road here. I think that'll work. Yeah, they can just share the bike road there. And that's gonna come through this way. I think that's gonna work. Okay, and then this road is gonna go right up to our high school. It's gonna connect up with our walking paths, our bike paths, and our collector. This is perfect. Okay, we've got another big high school down here. So let's bring our bus road kind of deeper down into this neighborhood so we scoop people up down here. So maybe right here. Let's delete that. And then we'll delete you, and then we can upgrade that. Yeah, that's gonna work well. And that's already a little hub there. There's a medical clinic there, a little community school, so that's already working well. Do I want to create a new bus line here? I think I do, honestly. So let's bring this up this way. Just put it there, and then we'll pull it through once we bring our bus road out here. So we want to scoop up as many people as possible. I think this is a good little spot. And then we just come that way. So now we can extend our bus out to here. Let's pull that down there maybe. And then I definitely want to bring this kind of up over so it has a transfer opportunity. So I think we just come up here, and that way we're sharing a stop with the other line. That's good because now we're really interconnected. So that is perfect. Okay, let's clear out some space here and see what services we need. Okay, neighborhood by neighborhood, we are making people happy. It's just very slow going. This budget is a little sketchy right now, but I have faith. I have faith. Okay, so this little town out here, I am gonna give it a little bus, but maybe we'll go with just, it doesn't need to be a large capacity bus. It's such a little town out here, so we can just go with something super cute and low key. So, oh yeah, let's go with the little 22 capacity bus. I think that is cute, and we just need one. Okay, cute, cute. Whew. Okay, let's look at our parks again. Where can we stick in? Let's stack up a little bit more money here. Are these icons gonna go away? We've given you so much stuff. I'm just nervous about running the game too long. I think we'll just have to wait and see if all the improvements are gonna do the trick. So I just don't want to run the game right now because everyone's unhappy. Low land value everywhere. Okay, so we're bringing our bus down by the airport, which is great. I really don't want to mess with any of that, so we can just share some roads there. And then where do we want to bring our bus here? This looks like another little spot. Yeah, this works well. And then we can share the bike road, which I'm okay with, but we need to fix this. I do love that Teddy set up all of these districts because it really is helping me organize and methodically move section by section through the build. So that is very helpful to have the namings to coincide with my buses. I'm taking the residents off from right across the airport. That seems cruel, although people do live near airports. Okay, we need to make some room here, and we've got to make this area happy with some services. Okay, so far as coming across the highway, we have our collector and we have our bike road. So right over here, I want to get a bus road across. So let's do that. Okay, and then we're just going to connect this up. We've almost got our full bike or bus network connected up. So we're making really good progress here. Okay, then we will come through here. This is working really perfectly. Let's get rid of those. I'm gonna upgrade you. I'm gonna get rid of you. This is working out so great because crossing the railroad tracks, you saw we have our collector, our bike road, and now our bus road as well. So this just worked out perfectly. Okay, let's keep going and see what services we need in this area to make everyone over here happy. Okay, so other side of the railroad tracks, where do we want to connect up? So I do think out here we do need something actually. So before we move to the other side, let's connect this up here. Yeah, I think that's gonna work really well. So then we've got buses here, and then we can connect over to this kind of little makeshift hub and then come back over. This is not going down the bus road, so let's fix this. Okay, how great are those tiny little libraries, by the way? They're affordable and they fit in small spaces. I'm obsessed with them. Okay, we're going to continue our bus road, and then when we very first started, I knew that I wanted this road down here to be our bus road. So let's just bring this up here maybe and down. Yes, and then we can connect here. Let's fix that. Yeah, and then maybe here we just have a nice circular in this area. Yeah, that might work. Especially getting people near to work, which there's a lot of industry over here. I feel like that's gonna be important. Sneak that in there. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna bring this bus loop. Let's come around here. Yeah, maybe we just do a little circular around this neighborhood here. Okay, and then our bus road is going to come on this road all the way into downtown, and we can connect up our bus network then. We can come right down here and in front of our train station, which is going to be great. And then we do need to connect our bus road here. Let me do that, and then the bus road project will be finished. Okay, so many people are really unhappy, and so I'm just being really cautious about how long I unpause the game, because there are some areas that I have not gotten to, and just upping that happiness. So that's gonna be a problem. I feel like we're on the edge of impending doom if depending on how long I have to do this to crank up the budget to get money to put things in to make the land value up so people get happy. So, you know, it's a delicate balance. Okay, I've put in all the parks, the services, we have our bus roads, we have our bike roads, we have our collectors, and I just want things to not be red anymore. And they're not being red. Oh my gosh, what's happening? This is not good at all. It seems like on the outskirts here, these pollution things are so expensive, and I do think like this pollution is intentional, so I don't think that's the issue. Can we afford, if we put this in, and if we use the fire towers, is this going to do the trick for everybody? Possibly. Let's just, these are kind of expensive, but if we just put a couple of them around the map, maybe this will do the trick. We just got to figure out how to up this land value because people are just not happy with me right now. Okay, we have fire coverage almost everywhere now. We have lots of abandonment. Our land value still doesn't look like it's going up. I'm afraid to run the game for too long. I think we might have to call it here and come back for part 2 to see if I can fix this. Here's a little sneak peek of the next video in this 2-part series, Can I Fix Teddy's City? I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time.